All right, everybody, it is 4 o'clock, and not to trigger you this afternoon, but more flurries are in the forecast. Not only that, temperatures are expected to drop even more. We just heard Sean mention coldest we've seen in years. Thanks for joining us here in the Weather Center. That's where we start today. I'm Dustin Grove.
And I'm Felicia Lawrence. That is why we're in the Weather Center.
It's a big deal
afternoon.
here. Watch out.
So Sean Ash can hold our hands through this storm.
We're going to make it.
Going.
We're going to make it. Yeah. I was looking over some of the data, and we're going to be well below zero tonight as this wind eases. I don't know if you remember that late December of 2022. Maybe not. Okay. Well,
we've all tried to forget it, Sean.
Trust me, that's kind of where we're going tonight.
I don't remember last night.
Yeah. Let me get you through the evening here, guys, first. We've got some sunshine. Now, our camera is pointed toward the south. Every now and then, you're going to see a few flakes of snow here, and I'll show you the radar in a moment. 18, but look at that wind. Now west-northwest. It was southwest earlier. We had another front push through. And we've got an interesting visible satellite today. We've got sunshine, and then we've got these what are called these cloud streets. And then within them, we get some flurry action, little snow showers with them as well. And that may coat the ground enough to cause some slick spots. So we're going to go scattered flurries and snow showers, widespread blowing snow. That wind eventually eases overnight. Won't be as strong. Wind chills right now, wind chills by tomorrow morning get down into the 15 to 25 below range, and low temperatures will get well below zero here. So as you get into tomorrow morning, we are fully expecting numerous school delays and or closures. So we will have more in the forecast here. I want to get you updated on traffic because we've got a couple of spots that have been causing some issues here this afternoon, and we'll show you that. I know we've had some sunshine, but we've also had some very slick go here. This is 465 at 70 East. This is cleared now, but we've seen numerous accidents on the ramp there. That's on the east side of Indy, by the way, right here, okay? And then we've got another situation where we had an accident on 65 southbound near coming up to stop 11 there in Johnson County. They just now got that cleared. And then we had an accident on 70 westbound out by Greencastle. So we've had some issues this morning and afternoon, and I suspect we're going to have a repeat performance going into tomorrow as well. We'll have the 7-day forecast here in a few minutes.
It's been a day. All right, Sean, we'll see you in a few. Thank you. If you went into work today or maybe drove somewhere for the first time since the storm, hopefully your drive was manageable. Still pretty snowy in some places. We've got black ice, too.
Yeah, and a lot of it. NDDPW has said it is their goal. Their goal is to have the roads cleared by late this afternoon, which is about right now. So did that happen? Our Ella Rhodes is on the roads now. And what are you seeing, Ella?
Yeah, Dustin and Felicia, we are out here in Fountain Square on Lexington Avenue, and for the most part, the major roads are fine, but it's when you get onto side streets like this one, Lexington Avenue, there's still plenty of snow. There's actually literally a lane for parked cars and then one lane for cars to go. You can't fit another car in here going either direction. So one way is how most of these roads are going, and then you got to pull over when another car shows up, and there's not a lot of space to do that. So here you could definitely see there's still a decent amount of snow on the ground. We are moving very, very slowly, barely even 10 miles per hour, just because there's such significant amount of snow out here. And of course, you got to be careful for that ice as well. But I want you to take a look at the video we shot earlier today in Fountain Square. So you can see that neighbors were saying that the plow came through on some of the side streets, but still the roads were covered despite seeing that plow once or twice. Now, DPW says plows complete one pass down the center of a roadway to make it passable. Over on the south side in Perry Township, John Benish says he hasn't seen a plow in his neighborhood. He says many of his neighborhoods, including himself, can't leave because of heavy snow still covering the street.
The mayor said they'd have them done by 5 o'clock. I'm saying it's BS. He lied, because there's no way they can come through and still get all these roads they've missed. There's roads everywhere that have been missed.
I reached out to DPW. They say 8 of 9 townships have been completed with one pass through the city plow. So neighbors are telling us they don't really agree with those numbers. And I mean, you can see it as well as we're driving through these neighborhoods. There's still several streets where you have to be extremely cautious about that. An extra shovel or plow would definitely help people out, especially when it comes to getting back to work now and going to the grocery store, because after you load up from that snowstorm, you're now getting a few days past it. So people definitely want to start getting out and about. Dustin and Felicia.
Yeah, and that's the city. And then in the county, we're hearing blowing and drifting issues as well.
Yes, and you mentioned going to get food. I am way past all of my snow snacks.
Uh-oh.
Those were gone the first day.
All right.
You got to get out and about and prep the house again, is what it feels like.
Ella, thank you. We'll see you again coming up at 5 o'clock.
And it's not just the side streets that are slick, so are the interstates.
But it's not snow causing problems there. It is the ice. At one point, state police actually closed I-70 westbound on the east side today because the ice caused so many accidents. Traffic was diverted onto 465. That's the image you see right there. And then look at this. This is Sergeant John Perrine from Indiana State Police. Look, there he goes. Posted that video to social media of what happened when he got out of his car this morning. Ouch. That was just how slick it was.
But look how fast he got back up.
And he had a good sense of humor. He had a good sense of humor about it as well.
He is okay. He posted it on purpose because he wants you to see how slick the road is. And as we know, it only takes less than a half an inch for you to see some ice to feel the effects of that.
That's
but
right.
You got up, Sergeant Perrine. Good job.
He did. He's up, and we're all getting a good laugh. Another crash on 465. This one actually involved a state trooper this morning.
Thankfully, nobody hurt there, but police are asking all of us to please slow down, be patient with each other, and if you need to be somewhere, leave early, give yourself some of that extra time.
Good advice. For the first time, we are seeing the moment Indianapolis Metro Police jumped into a retention pond to save 2 kids. Their dad, unfortunately, did not make it.
Jenna Webster shows us the officers' heroic actions.
0429, I'm ditching my gun belt if you need me. I'm going to be in the water.
The entire rescue appears to take mere minutes.
Sending body worn down in 20 seconds.
Just after midnight on January 13th, IMPD and Lawrence officers found a car completely underwater in a retention pond near Pendleton Pike and 465. Police now say that car fled from a traffic stop moments earlier, but officers were not in pursuit.
Grab the rope! Grab the rope! You got it, buddy, grab it!
You hear officers yelling to a child.
Yeah, one more time, we'll get you!
From this body camera footage, you can't see the child in the water, but you can see officers throwing a rope.
Grab the rope, it's right next to you, get it!
Reach, buddy, reach.
Grab on tight, okay? Tight! Paul, we got you! We got you! Keep your head up!
This is the moment that 9-year-old boy is pulled from the water.
Is that another kid right there?
Yeah, that's my little girl.
You hear the boy say it's his little sister, a 5-year-old girl. You can see officers swimming out in the water. In the dark footage, this officer appears to pull her out. Their dad, Deshaun Sims, driving that car, died at the hospital. His family tells 13 News he was the greatest father, son, brother, and nephew.
Wake up, buddy, wake up!
Officers had to use CPR to revive one of the kids, and both had to go to the hospital. Today, IMPD says both young children are fully recovered. Jenna Webster, 13 News.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, physically recovered, but clearly dealing with the emotional impact of what just happened.
Absolutely. Today, Indy and Lawrence Police Departments, they're going to honor the 8 officers who jumped in to help save those children.
In the freezing temps. So you will see that moment and hear from one of the officers involved in the rescue. That's coming up in just a little bit at 5.
Step to your left! Now walk backwards slowly!
We just got new information on the arrest of 5 people after a judge and his wife were shot in their home. Lafayette police, along with state police and the FBI, showed body cam footage of 3 of the 5 suspects during a press conference. This includes Raylan Ferguson, who was arrested by state police and the FBI. 43-year-old Thomas Moss, who is scheduled to go to trial in Judge Steve Meyer's court just a few days after that shooting. Moss was arrested at his house in Tippecanoe County, and police in nearby Dayton, Indiana, arrested a guy named Blake Smith.
While we are heartened that Judge Meyer and his wife are on the road to recovery, we recognize that this attack was more than an assault on 2 citizens. To me, and every law enforcement leader on the stage and the people they serve, this was an assault on the rule of law itself. By targeting members of the judiciary, these individuals didn't just attack a person, they attempted to strike the very foundation of our justice system and the safety of our entire community.
A special judge will now oversee this case. Our reporter Rich Nye was at that news conference. He'll also be in the courtroom for a hearing scheduled for tomorrow on the case, so give him a follow for the very latest. Obviously, there's been a lot of interest in that case, in that story. Rich is going to have much more from what happened today with police. We'll hear more coming up at 5 and 6 as well. Meantime, on the city's east side, the doors are set to close in just a few months at a longtime YMCA location.
So we're talking about the Randsburg YMCA. Now we're learning community members are fighting to try and save this location. Our Matthew Foltz has been out all day talking with community leaders and members and state leaders on why this building needs to stay open. And what are they telling you?
Well, I spoke to a lot of people, both in the community and the state level, and I found out it means a lot to a lot of people. In fact, one lady messaged me on Facebook saying, quote, "This place is the greatest." And really, that's why now 2 sisters here in Indy have started a Facebook group hoping to save it. So the YMCA says that the Randsburg location near 10th and Shortridge will be closing on March 31st. A spokesperson for the Y tells me that the closure is due to financial challenges and that the board of directors also plans to consolidate services on the east side and suspend early learning programming over at Baxter, Benjamin Harris, and Randsburg location. So the announcement, as I just mentioned, now has those women creating the Facebook group called Save Randsburg YMCA, which now has over 830 members. I spoke to one of the organizers with the group today.
Honestly, just didn't feel real. I didn't know, how they could do this to our community, especially because the East Side is has struggled substantially for many years. And so to rip this from our community is shocking and devastating.
Now, the closure announcement also has City County Councilor Michael Paulhart and State Representative Robin Shackelford voicing their concerns. They both tell me they're working on solutions at the local and state level to help out in any way possible. We'll have more from them at WTHR.com. In the meantime, however, the YMCA sent me a statement back saying that right now they're not doing any interviews with us, but they are focusing on members, staff as they really transition to these other centers.
Well, they clearly have the attention of local leaders and they're passionate about it. That's for sure, this group of women.
Well, then the YMCA ends up being such a pillar in the community with everything they offer. It's not just the fitness stuff, it's all the other activities.
Yeah, it's a community organization.
Programming. Yep. All right. Thank you, Matthew.